Over here, I'm open. Yo, over here. Pass. Fine. Ball hogs from Ulster and Clinton. This is CityTV.
Good afternoon. A key day for Ontario Premier hopefuls as all three party chiefs hone their debating skills. Pleased to meet you. Good to see you. Healing Ontario's healthcare system has been Dalton McGuinty's pledge since a provincial election was called this morning. He was at Women's College Hospital promising to stop the amalgamation of the hospital with Sunnybrook.
I want to make it clear that we are going to be annulling this shotgun wedding. People should understand that Women's College Hospital offers a unique set of values, a distinct vision.
Everybody knows Mike Harris's plan to close this hospital is wrong, but what galls me is Dalton McGuinty standing there saying that he's going to keep it open. Women deserve more than a dishonest promise for a free lunch. There are no free lunches, there are no free hospitals. He doesn't have the money to pay for the over $2 billion in promises that he's made during this campaign.
The hospital is due to merge with some neighboring hospitals under Tory healthcare restructuring plans. McGuinty promises that his government would keep Women's College open as a standalone institution.
How you doing?
As well as being a debate prep day, it is also a birthday for NDP leader Howard Hampton. He's in Toronto celebrating today. Our political specialist Colin Vaughan is with Hampton and will have a full report for us on CityPulse at 6.
Good.
PC leader Mike Harris switched from tax talk to getting tough on crime in Ontario. He sat down at a Brampton restaurant with victims of crime, including Debbie Mahaffey, to talk of his plans to make convicts undergo random drug tests before being released on parole.
All we're asking for, and most of the victims are asking for, is say what you mean. And if if there's somebody who is clearly a danger and a repeat offender, don't treat them so lightly with bail and parole and that is there. I'll be elected for 4 years and I'll solve one problem. Reinforce the commitment.
Harris says statistics show drug use by parolees contributes to reoffending. Harris also plans to lobby the federal government to nix parole eligibility for life sentences. And the next stop along Harris's campaign trail is right here in the CityPulse newsroom. He joins Gord Martineau for a live one-on-one chat tonight on CityPulse at 6 and see Harris go head-to-head with McGuinty and Hampton at the leaders' debate. That is tomorrow night beginning at 6:30 right here on CityTV and on Cable Pulse 24. Tax cuts have been a key ingredient in Mike Harris's election platform, but a new poll out today suggests Ontarians are more concerned with health care and education. The Angus Reid survey says that 53% of those questioned think Mike Harris, if re-elected, should forget tax cuts and put the money into health and education. 23% want the tax cuts. The rest want the deficit and the debt reduced with dollars saved from eliminating any tax cut. The $64,000 question, how would you like Ontario's next government to spend your money? That is our question on today's City Online with Kevin Frankish. Kevin?
Well, Ann, how would you like to give up another tax cut to fund health care and education? Give us a call, 870-7716, or out of town, 1-800-295-5463. We want to know your thoughts on the last 4 years of Tory rule. Is it time to reinvest in hospitals and schools? Are tax cuts responsible for Ontario's booming economy? And does further tax relief necessarily have to mean sacrifices in other areas? Here's our phone poll question for today. Are tax cuts your top election priority? If they are, 870-2242. If they are not, 870-4424. Those are free calls. The lines are open now. We'll check in with those and talk with you live on City Online right after City Pulse at noon. Let's go back to Ann now, Ann.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin. Seniors giving it to the Harris government this hour.
2 unions have
prepared with the support of the seniors organization.
The demonstration is timed with the release of a report outlining personal experiences and difficulties seniors face in Ontario's hospital system. The 54-page report is entitled When Seniors Don't Matter. Members of the Ontario Coalition of Senior Citizens say funding cuts are taking a human toll.
Cutting the institutional care is nothing more than, well, you can put it one way, a form of elder abuse. Serious consequences.
Coalition is calling on whichever government is in power after the June 3rd election to restore health care spending and refrain from making cuts to frontline services. We are going to go live now to Front Street for the kickoff of Occupational Safety and Health Week. We are joined live by Gordon Gillis at a noon-hour demo. You're focusing on students this summer who are going to be working. About 50 per day in Ontario are injured in workplace accidents. How do you hope to prevent this?
Well, Anne, one of the things that we are talking about today is how to prevent a tip over on a forklift truck, and more particularly how to survive that tip over in the event that that happens. What we have here is a tip over that has happened due to high speed while cornering, also driving with an elevated load, and this gentleman would have survived this tip over probably if he had his seatbelt on. And what we're talking about today is how to prevent this from happening in the workplace.
It's interesting, we talk about the emotional toll that an accident and injury takes, but we also talk about the financial aspect of it as well. What can we all do, those of us who go to work every day, perhaps not in as dangerous situations, but what should our mindset be in terms of safe workplace?
I think so many Ontario workers risk their lives daily unnecessarily without receiving danger pay. And I think really it's about attitude, about thinking before we do something and think about the implications about what we're going to do.
Can we demand more of our employers as far as safety is concerned and safety training?
Yes, I think so. I think employers oftentimes don't realize the residual benefits of safety training, like increased morale, productivity, and production is generally goes along with a safe workplace.
We as human beings have by nature this desire to take risks. How do you find that fine line that you don't cross over, where you are doing your job efficiently, you're maybe even doing it better than you should, but you don't take unnecessary risks?
That's a very difficult one, and again, I think that can be answered by addressing attitude and really by letting people know the tremendous risks that are involved in operating heavy equipment, for example, like forklift trucks. This is the #1 reason for deaths on forklift trucks, for example, and I think a lot of operators do not realize what causes this to happen.
Can you change those statistics if we're talking 50 young people a day being injured, and these are summer students who are desperate for jobs? It's very risky. Can you change those stats with a message like yours today?
I think so. I think by addressing some of the safe principles involved with operating equipment and working in Ontario workplaces and really focusing on prevention, absolutely. I believe that we can reduce or eliminate accidents in Ontario.
All right. Thank you, Gordon Gillis, for speaking with us this afternoon on CityPulse at noon. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Anne.
All right. In other news, the Saskatchewan government is expected to offer $10 million in compensation today to David Milgaard.
I'm happy.
Milgaard, the 46-year-old man who spent half his life in prison for a crime he did not commit. But that won't be the end of the nightmare for him. He still wants the public inquiry that the province has promised.
I don't even mind the cameras.
And on the streets, 3 men have been charged after a robbery, police pursuit, and crash overnight in the West End. Police began chasing a van after seeing it go the wrong way on a one-way street near Dufferin and DuPont. They called it off when the van ran a red light. Seconds later, the stolen van sideswiped 2 vehicles at Dufferin and Bloor before rolling over. 3 suspects took off on foot. Police arrested them nearby. They've been charged with break and enter, theft, and possession of stolen property. Police are on the lookout for a stolen cab after the driver was held at gunpoint and robbed. It happened late last night near Dawes and Coleman Avenue. The suspect pointed a gun at the cabbie, demanded cash, then fled with his car. Officers are looking for a diamond cab, number 2143. Police also searching for 3 teenage suspects this afternoon after 2 16-year-old boys were stabbed in a North York park. Officers are not sure what caused the fight involving 8 teens in the Godstone Park area near Don Mills and Shepherd. One of the victims remains in hospital and is expected to pull through. The other was slashed on his arms when he stepped in to help his friend. The investigation continues. Health concerns are keeping some Aurora students out of class. The board has shut the doors at one school indefinitely after finding mold in a wall. Close to 600 children at Our Lady of Grace Catholic School will have to find another school to finish their year. A public meeting tonight will discuss alternative schools for the kids to attend. The board says it doesn't want to take any chances.
I guess you won't be able to see it.
The safe side. We feel that the health of our students and our staff that work in this school should be our paramount importance.
My main concern is seeing that the kids get to stay together. My own oldest son has asthma, and his classroom's located in the hallway where the molds were found, and I wouldn't hesitate to send him back to school on Monday.
Some mold has been linked to symptoms of fatigue, asthma, nosebleeds, rashes, and diarrhea. The provincial budget promises $50 million to fight mold in Ontario portables, but it hasn't been allocated yet. A similar case in Orangeville also has closed St. Peter Catholic School indefinitely. Our education specialist, David Onley, is following the story of toxic mold in our schools. He will have more for you on CityPulse at 6. Right now, we are heading live to Patrick at Sports Cafe, where fans are certainly getting ready to cheer on the Leafs tonight for Game 6. Patrick?
And it is. The fans will be ready, and they'll be gathering around the tube, hoping that the Buds can take care of business in Pittsburgh tonight, Game 6. The blue and white went through a light workout yesterday before heading off to Pittsburgh. Coach Quinn still keeping his options open with Freddie Modine, Ty Domi, and Todd Warner, Steve Sullivan. If they're not ready to go, the youngsters are more than capable of stepping up. Game time at the Civic Arena, 7:30. Well, that's right. Go Leafs go. We're here live at the Sports Cafe. We're having a little lunch, getting ready for the big game tonight. I guess this is where the people will be hanging out with, and I'm hanging out with Guy right now. Guy, what do you think of the Leafs' chances tonight?
I think they have the momentum, and they should be able to close it tonight.
Now, you're telling me just a little story about why you think that the Leafs are doing so well with Pat Quinn and Mike Smith. What's the deal there?
Well, there's a lot of talk in the papers about the Dryden, Mike Smith not agreeing together. But I have a suspicion that maybe Quinn might have been offered more than just a coaching job in Toronto.
But, hey, they're doing a heck of a job, eh?
Oh, everybody's doing the job, and the kids are injected some new blood, and that's the way they're going to go.
3-0 tonight? 3-0?
3-1.
3-1.
Give him a goal.
Give him a goal. Why not? Let's give him a goal. Okay. Coming up in sports, we'll have more NHL, NBA playoffs, and the Jays slugging one out against the Bull Sox. But first, let's head out for an early look at the forecast on Queen with Jen. Jen?
Hey, Patrick. Beautiful and sunny for today. We're going to get some sunshine for tomorrow as well, but we might get a shower. Looks like showers for Wednesday. Let's take a look at our current conditions. Right now, 18 degrees. Today's high getting up to 25. The wind is from the south-southeast at 18. A little breezy out here today. The humidity is 58%, and the barometric pressure is falling. Southern Ontario highs getting up to 25 here in TO, 24 in Collingwood, 26 in Niagara Falls, London, and in Kitchener, 28 in Windsor. Up to 26 in Barrie and in Muskoka, and in Pembroke, 28 in Peterborough, 25 in Kingston, 28 degrees in Ottawa. Another gorgeous day, sunny skies with a few cloudy periods. Today's high getting up to 25 degrees. UV index in the high category. Skin damage may occur in less than 20 minutes of direct exposure to the sun. Windy right now. Wind picking up even more later on this afternoon from the south at 30 kilometers an hour. For tonight, a low getting down to 13 degrees. We're going to get some sunshine for tomorrow, a mix of sun and cloud. But continuing windy, and it looks like we might get a shower, but just a slight chance, a 30% chance, and a slight chance of a thunderstorm as well. A high getting up to 25. For Wednesday, scattered showers or a thunderstorm. A high getting up to 22, but lots of sunshine for Thursday and for Friday with highs around 22 both days. Now let's head over to George. He has an early look at entertainment. George?
Thanks very much, Jen. Coming up in entertainment, bracing for the Force as Star Wars goes public and the return of another 70s icon. Blondie is back, but right now it's back to you, Blondie.
Well, I knew you were going to say that. Thank you very much. Stick around. There's lots more to come on City Pulse at noon. Straight ahead, it's small enough to fit in your pocket, and you can see who you're talking to, the new Cell video phone. And who says the best things come in small packages? I'll have a big piece of that.